Well, welcome everybody. We have Joe Hertler from Joe Hertler and the Rainbow Seekers joining us today. We've got some really fun shows coming up. Most local, Joe Hertler and the Rainbow Seekers will be playing at the Valpo Brewfest September 28th, 2024. So since we last talked, it's been probably, like I said, just short of a year. How has your music evolved? Are there any new influences you want to mention or any new songs that you're really excited about?
Yeah, roughly a year ago, we unleashed a batch of, I think 13 or 14 new songs into the world. We've been playing those pretty regular, at least most of them live pretty regularly. Some of them have evolved into like completely different arrangement. They've found their live arrangement, which is sort of what naturally happens when you're playing stuff out. But other than that, I've been writing a lot. We've been touring really hard. We decided to just like hit the road hard this year. We moved agencies and just kind of wanted to put the pedal down for a year. It's been exhausting.
And tell us about that process. You mentioned you've been writing a lot. Is there any creative process that you have that you use often when writing new songs? How do you keep that going? How do you keep it fresh and innovative? How does that happen for you?
I have a lot of ways to keep things fresh. I mean, at the end of the, when it comes down to it, I'm a pretty excitable person. And I have, when I'm stoked on something, I'm typically going to pursue it. So like an idea just kind of comes to mind. Like I'm pretty good about just like stopping whatever I'm doing and like going and working on it if I can. But as far as like keep maintaining creative output, a lot of it is reading. It can be hard to travel the world just for leisure and to get some of those experiences, to kind of keep the gears turning, which that's obviously a big part of it. But I always find, for whatever reason, books and just like constantly trying to like learn stuff is what keeps me on my toes a bit. Yeah, it's always kind of been this thing where it's like I sit in a room and work on stuff all day when I'm home. Micah and Ryan, we started the band. They come over usually a couple times a month, and
sure,
I'll show them what I've worked on. We'll go from there.
And how? Tell me some of your influence. If you think about that process, what are some of your big musical influences, and who and how have they shaped your music?
I would say, if I had to pick other artists that I feel like I've directly pulled from, that being like Jamiroquai, be a big one, Bill Withers, like the Flaming Lips, especially for what we do on stage, and maybe Sufjan Stevens, kind of in the folkier vein of things, and honestly Dave Matthews Band. I'm also a really big house and techno and drum and bass. I'm just wow, I was a young child. I'm a retired raver, I like to say. But I think, this lifelong affair that I've had with dance music, it finds its way into music, especially on stage,
I completely agree. I think you've done really well. Those are great comparisons. I think where you've pulled your sound from, whatever you're doing, it's working.
Thank you.
I'm excited for the folks at Valpo. Do you have any funny or fun fan stories that you want to share?
I thought this is what came to mind earlier. This was a while ago, but I don't know if he was a fan, but my drummer, Ricky, who started the band, we started the band together. He doesn't play with us anymore, but one of my best friends. He was wearing this I don't know where he got it. It was a Yeti. It was a football helmet that had been turned into this giant Yeti costume. It was part of some costume. I don't know where he found it. I think it was in my basement that someone had made for a cosplay thing. But it had real antlers on it, real, I think a 10-point set of antlers on it, huge antlers. And Rick was wearing it for the show. And some drunk guy got on stage, grabbed it. There was a pretty dense crowd, people were packed together at this particular stage we were playing, our event we were playing. This guy puts the helmet on, takes it off Rick, puts it on, and then tries to does this epic Christ pose stage dive, and everyone just like moved out of the way. And I know that the stage is pretty high, and he just like everyone moved away except for like this one tiny girl, and he landed right on her. And then we all thought like, oh, that they're like seriously hurt. She was fine, but he like didn't move, and like I think security came and like dragged him off, and he was just like in really bad shape. But he like probably jumped like 8 to 10 feet and just like belly flopped onto the cement.
Oh,
his head was probably okay because there was a football helmet inside of this giant like Yeti fur.
Yeah, I mean, so his head's nothing else.
I don't know. He probably doesn't remember the show, so I don't know if he's a fan, but
if not, that's on him. So that's okay. That is a fantastic. That's exactly what I was looking for. Well done.
Cool.
So tell me, you mentioned you guys have been doing some heavy touring. Do you have any goals for the band over the next couple years? Dream venues, dream festivals you want to play, or anything else that you guys have on radar that you want to talk about?
It might not be the most glamorous answer, but it'd be great to give everyone a raise. Like, man, we work hard. So we're working on making some more money so people can be comfortable. We're a small band. Like, a lot of the guys have side hustles and stuff, and it can be tough. So really, like, a big goal for me is like getting everyone to like an actual livable wage. That easier said than done. But I try not to like have certain goals. A lot of them more kind of like for myself because I can like control that a little bit more. But it'd be nice to like get on Lollapalooza and Electric Forest. We didn't play Forest last year. We haven't played Lala yet for like the big Midwest festival. I think that's like one of the last ones I haven't checked off. So I think those are pretty realistic too. We'll see.
You're playing here at Valpo Brewfest in September. Since it's a brew fest, do you have any favorite beers or breweries that you want to talk about? Like, what's your favorite beer? What's your favorite brewery?
Corona Light. I like light beers. I really like the Bell's Lager actually for like the microbrews. I tend to like lighter beers. Anyways, yeah, I'll probably drink some of the Michigan stuff, but I really like the lager that Bell's does. I'm sure they'll be at Valpo Brewfest. So
I'm certain you're correct. I'm really excited to have you guys in our hometown.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. That'll be fun.
Awesome. Any other messaging, anything else you want to share with everybody while you're here?
Hey, if you've listened to us before, thank you for listening to our tunes. Thank you. You do that, you enable me to continue making art. I appreciate it deeply.
Have a great day, Joe. Thanks a ton for your time, effort, energy, all of this. We appreciate you a ton. Can't wait to see you at Valpo Brewfest.
Sweet. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.